Hi, this is Carl with Small Biz Thoughts, and this is another SOP video for managed service providers. Today I want to talk about money and time tracking. Realistically, what's the single most important and expensive thing you have to track in your business? Time. So you buy time from very expensive technicians, administrative assistants, office managers, salespeople, and you sell time to your clients. Now, you might bundle it into flat fee services, but you're still selling time. So it's the single most important thing that brings money into the company, and it's the single most expensive thing that costs you money for your company. So there's just a handful of rules that you need to focus on with regard to tracking time. The first one is all employees must track all of their time between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Period. You gotta know what their billable time is, and that starts with tracking all of their time. Second, you have to be able to figure out how you're going to track things like lunch breaks, morning breaks, afternoon breaks, that kind of stuff. So that is in your system as a zero time entry, but it doesn't go onto the time card of the employees. In a perfect world, you're going to use your PSA to track the time that goes onto the actual payroll. Third, you need to keep track of personal time when the employee might be picking up their kid from school, running off to the bank, whatever. You need to make sure that they track all of the time when they're working for your company towards a client project, towards a service ticket, and so forth. And, for me anyway, I'm totally fine to let people have their own schedule and go run off and pick up their kids, go to plays, whatever they need to do, as long as I don't get billed for it, right? So I got to track that 40 hours a week, but I also want to keep track of any personal time that's going on. Number 4, all work must be done on a service ticket. So nobody gets to just track time for the heck of it. There should be a service ticket to manage the internal time. So if somebody's in a meeting, they're doing training, they're taking an exam, and if you're paying them for that, then it should be a ticket specifically for that. There should be a ticket for personal time, so that, they're at lunch or whatever, they track that on a ticket specifically designed for that. And then, of course, you have individual tickets for managed services, specific hourly labor, project labor, whatever it might be. But everything is on a ticket. Everything is in the PSA. Here's the thing. If you don't track 40 hours a week, if you don't track 100% of their time between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, you don't know how much time you are tracking. Some people only track the billable time, the time that is in service of a service ticket, which is fine. It's a good start, but the problem is you cannot calculate the billability of a technician or the profitability of a client or a contract or a technician or a project if you don't track all of their time as well as the billable portion of their time. And finally, number 5, everybody has to work in real time. And what does that mean? That means that as soon as you finish doing something, you open the ticket, you put your notes in, you put your time in, and then you move it to the next level, which might be closed, but it might also be waiting on parts or whatever. But that way, the service manager can look in the board at any minute, literally any minute of the day, and know what's done and what's not done, which tickets still need attention and which don't. If you let people enter their time in the next day or that night at 6:30 or whatever, you have no way of tracking what's done and what's not done at any given moment within your company. So, simple rules for managing time, but extremely important. For Small Biz Thoughts, this is Carl Palachuk wishing you the best of luck in your managed service business. Like it if you like it, share it with your friends, and absolutely subscribe to the channel.